Now, these are the weekly announcements for the week of January 8th, 2023. I am Lopez Noel, and let's dive right into this. Okay. So, January 8th. January 8th is Minton Practicality Day. And so what this is basically you're going to a store and you're buying clothes which satisfy your material taste buds. And, these can be clothes for winter, especially, or if you're thinking about spring clothes. Clothes that look pretty, but also clothes that, are practical, make sense. Clothes that you think would be necessary or fitting to you. Be honest about what you can and what you don't really, you're not really a fan of. So it's important to address those things so that you're not buying endless, stuff and not wearing those clothes. So for me, I would buy quite a bit of, sweatpants and long sleeve shirts. I wouldn't buy too many button-down shirts because I do not wear button-down shirts that often at all. And when I'm at home, I don't usually wear jeans. I'm not a jean person when it comes to being at home. So going someplace, either in town or maybe somewhere out of town, with a partner. Somebody who will, maybe be there and kind of collaborate over what you want to get, and with that partner wants to get another things that you may need in regards to clothes and other things. But basically it comes down to clothes. So I know that's what you're doing, and I know that by the time that you watch this video, you will have already done it already. So you're getting on buses, you are you're doing that, and yeah. So you're shopping and hopefully having fun. On January 8th. Today is Elvis Presley's birthday, who was a famous musician. You can find out about him. What else is going on this week? Well, January 9th is Capricorn Astrology Day. And so Capricorn Astrology Day, that is when we get into the, we have one day for the astrological season where we get into the astrology. And it happens to be January 9th. So, you are going to get into that. There is resources I have up on my page, and I know that Rebecca Goldsmith is preparing a webinar for this Minton, or she has a webinar that she's done just in general about Capricorn and all things Capricorn. So, you'll definitely watch that. There's so many options. It's really informal. I just have a bunch of resources on my website, on my page, rather. So, that's not really too big of a deal there. Okay, so what else is going on this week? It is January 10th. Sort of making spaces between these things here. Okay. So January 10th is something new that we've never done before. It's called Code of Law. What it is basically, okay, well, Capricorn rules all things high and mighty, all people high and mighty. It rules what's real, what's practical, what's in reality. And it deals with the law. I mean, if you think about, Capricorn honoring tradition, etc. So it is a code of law, and what this basically is, because this is such a general statement, it is a game, actually, game which actually is in two forms. It's a video game, but it is also an event that Libimbi Gruni is putting on at Hermenton. Buses and information about that in the email. So, what is this, code of law event about? Well, it is about people who decide upon breaking the law. And what kind of punishment are they going to have to endure? How are they breaking the law? And it's also an exploration into the justice system, which I think is very important for all of you to be aware of, is the justice system. So, especially, Okay, so that's going on January 10th. She has videos and she has articles and information about that, which I'm sure that you can find. Okay, moving on. January 11th. Libimbi Cockpen in Hermenton, at Hermenton. She is putting on a concert. So just be aware of that. She is putting that on that day. It is a winter concert. It is kind of, I want to say, children 12 to 14. So I'm sure that it'll be really good. About winter songs, basically, including maybe some Frozen as well. She, suggested that there might be that. And that concert is at 7:00 p.m. Central Time. So it's going to be going on in Hermanton. The concert is live streamed as well. So if you don't want to come and you just want to sit on the live stream, then that is an option. But it is, it comes highly recommended for you to come actually in person, because there's really nothing like it. So that concert is going on January 11th at Libimbi Cockpen Cementon, choral music. I think that there's a reception beforehand. I think it's 5 through 7. So if you're interested in getting snacks and drinks and talking with people before then, that is going on. So, there will be, I do think that there will be buses and stuff for this event and to see it. I know that I'll want to see it because I'm free that day, which is a Wednesday, so I will be coming there, and I will, there'll be buses that'll come to this event, and you don't have to come, but there will be buses, and you can also drive there or get dropped off there or go with a friend or family member. Let's see, what else? and have a great evening and enjoy that performance. What can I say? So, that's going on. Now, as we know, this week we have Mars going direct on the 12th of January. So that's going to be huge. That's going to be really a movement forward. Well, thank goodness. It's been a while. Okay. So January 12th is when Mars is going direct. And that is when gyms will be opening. So gym workouts, that'll be going on. So, the gyms will be opening. There will be fitness coaches to train you if you want to go and exercise physically and lift weights and do all that stuff. Then that is an option. I know that there will be several of them that have came from other places, and they will be there, and they will be teaching and instructing. So, all kinds of activities, weightlifting, etc., 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 including the eccentric stretching, which I think is really important that they include that. So it'll kind of be a community center type event. So you'll be walking around as an option, doing so many things, running, jogging. So that gym will be opening up, and there's several rooms in it. There's a what do you call it? Gym room, and then there's a workout room, and then other rooms in the gym. So they'll be opening up as sort of a astrological acknowledgement that Mars will be going direct. And and that's sort of a differentiation of the birthday that is on that day, which is Jack London, who wrote the sea wolf called The Wild White Fang, To Build a Fire, and other stories. And what's so amazing about his writing is that it is really vivid and deep writing. Imagery is his word, and he takes it to really takes it to the moon with his writing. So that's what's really special about Jack London's writing style. And it is good to acknowledge that. So I'll have several resources on my page, and you can certainly read one of those stories. I happen to have a book which includes called The Wild and White Fang. And I could clone it and then send it to you for those who want to have a copy of it. On the next day, on January 13th, is the athlete day. Forgive my ignorance. Athlete day, Capricorn, because Capricorn is really the athlete. It's about working and striving toward a goal and achieving and putting in the time and putting in full effort and doing something with excellence and not cutting corners, etc. So we'll definitely be looking on some athletes type of things, and I will have resources on my page for that as well. So it's a good day to acknowledge many athletes and what they have done and how amazing and why they're famous, and also and they don't have to be Capricorn, they can be other athletes, particularly Capricorn ones. But I'll have some stuff on my page for that. And then January 14th is Capricorn Choral Music Day. So what'll happen is I'll have, again, resources on my page for that about, music, and that'll be a day that I want to sort of make for the choir to practice for the concert March 20th and 21st of this year of the winter and spring music, and that's going to be divided into 2 nights. So Capricorn Choral Music, looking at some, famous composers like Eric Whitacre, who celebrated his birthday on January 2nd, and other composers and other choral compositions on that day. And watching videos, hearing them, there's no concerts or nothing going on that day. It's just, novel fun activities for choral music, and maybe reading and learning about choral music, watching a documentary about it, or watching videos, or listening to a soundtrack. I will have resources. I will have resources for you. Okay, so that those are your weekly announcements, folks. So thank you for tuning in. I also have another video I made about the YouTube play button, so it's worth your while to watch that just to find out what'll happen to those people who, apparently are eligible and have a certain number of followers and probably have it. So that's all. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a good